All right, what is going on, everyone? Big confusion today, that's for sure, which I have caused, and it's my fault. Welcome to an impromptu post-birthday stream. That is correct. This is my impromptu post-birthday stream. Yesterday was my birthday marathon. Oh boy, it was a good one. But essentially what happened was I partied a little too hard, as they say. You guys supported me so much yesterday, and you kept having me drink that crazy strong moonshine that, ouch, it hit me really hard. To give you the backstory here, what happened this morning. So, oh shit, I just spilled water everywhere. My wife was supposed to go to work today this morning early, and she gets up very early in the morning to go to work. And she was, waking up to get ready, and she woke me up. Now, normally I just sleep through it, and I get to sleep in a little bit longer before I have to get up and do my stuff to get ready for a stream. And she woke me up, and she's like, well, just so you know, I actually don't feel good today. That she feels under the weather. And she's like, so I'm not going to go to work today. I called out, but I wanted to let you know in case you wonder why, I'm not getting ready, why there's not the usual hustle and bustle in the house in the morning on a work day when I go to work. And I sat up in bed, and I said, oh, okay, honey. And as soon as I sat up, my head, it was like, vadoom, vadoom. I was like, oh, and then it hits my stomach. I was so sick to my stomach. Oh, God. I haven't had a hangover like that in a very long time. Now, keep in mind, I've never had moonshine before. So, dang, that stuff is strong, and that hit me real bad that I woke up with such a bad hangover. I was just like, oh, dude. Keep in mind, I wasn't drinking the crappy stuff. I wasn't drinking like the flavored moonshines that's like, oh, strawberries and cream. I drank Blue Flame, which is 128 proof and tastes like you're drinking like gasoline. That's what you guys had me taking shots of yesterday for support. All right. So, listen, I'm certainly not complaining about the support. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about it in a moment here. But because of that, I was like, oh my God. So basically, my wife and I both went back to sleep, and I slept a long time and finally got up like maybe 2 hours ago, if that. And I was like, all right, time to actually, start doing stuff. So I started, use the bathroom, started hydrating myself, and had a breakfast sandwich, started moving, showered and everything. I'm like, all right, that obviously was an exception. I am not going to be drinking that crap anytime soon. That stuff was way too strong. Like, those little mini shots of 99 stuff, that's fun. Little shots of like the Fireball whiskey or the Crown Royal, or, when I was buying the scotch, that was fine. But this stuff was, like I said, it was like freaking, like pure petrol. It was so strong. I probably could have lit it and it would have went foosh on fire because it was so strong. So it's not stuff I should be putting in my body on a regular basis. Now I'm 43 years old. I think it's time to relax that crap a little bit. So next marathon, whenever it may be, I will not be doing crazy moonshine like that. That's for sure. That was pretty intense. All right. So anyway, after that, I said, well, what should I do? And then it hit me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's right. We hit 100 goals yesterday. And I told you guys, since we were already doing a marathon, that instead of, do a marathon, we would just do a DSP Tries It, which I owed you. And we had talked about it and said it should be taco time, which will be basically a brand new thing I've never done before for DSP Tries It ever. We've never done taco time before. For those who don't know, taco time is a American-Mexican hybrid fast food chain here in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Yes, they compete with Taco Bell, but their food offerings are very different. Like, very different. Like, their whole style of presentation and everything is different from Taco Bell. And since I've never done it before, I figured that would be something different. It's not like, oh, this is something that everyone has seen, and it's just their next crappy offering that's really not a new offering, but they're just shuffling ingredients around. Instead, it's actually a legit, real, new thing that I've never tried before. I have no clue if it's good or bad. I don't no idea. All right, so we're actually going to do that on this stream. I'm going to stream here for, about another 90 minutes or so. And then I'm going to actually take a quick break and go order. And then around 4 p.m., the food will arrive, and it's going to be DSP Tries It taco time live here on the stream. Okay? Now, obviously, another thing that we need to talk about is, FYI, we're almost hitting our next goal. As you can see, yesterday was insane. We started off yesterday's streams. I believe we're at like 97 goals hit. By the end of yesterday's marathon event for my birthday, we hit 108 goals. We hit over 10 goals in that one stream. I want to say it was like 12 goals or something like that. 11 or 12? I can't remember exactly. But we're at 108 out of 110. So only 2 more goals, and we're doing another reward. But it's like, dude, we've just been hitting so many that we can't even catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even catch up to where we're supposed to be. So I guess the question is, what do we want to do next? Do you guys know of anything else going on right now? You know what I mean? In food or anything that you would want to see me try? And hopefully, since we're doing taco time today, it wouldn't be Taco Bell or something like that. Hopefully it would be something different. Also, I really don't want to do burgers because I just had turkey burger yesterday for my birthday. That was what my wife had made me for dinner. And oh my God, that turkey burger was ridiculously good. Like mouth-wateringly, amazingly delicious. I couldn't believe how good it actually was. It blew me away. But I don't want to do a burger again right now. So I'm wondering, like, what else could we be doing that you guys maybe are aware of, right? That would turn out to be something good for another reward when we hit the 110 goals. All right. So let's think about it. You guys know of anything? Hit me up right now in the chat. If anyone has new offerings. The only idea I had was Little Caesars. And the reason I said Little Caesars is because I've literally never done Little Caesars except once over a decade ago when they first opened up in Connecticut. Okay. That's when I tried them, and they were very, very, very mid. They were cheap, but they also weren't good. So it's kind of like, right? Supercharge, we just did the Minecraft meals. We literally just did those the other day. Here's the toy. Here is the zombie hamburglar and the grimace egg from the 2 Minecraft meals that I had. We already did that a couple days ago. Yeah, and by the way, guys, how do you like how this Sword Outpost Lego pops in my background? It looks great, doesn't it? Like, I think it looks superb, the way that the sword stands out with the background. So that was a really good choice for us to do the Lego build yesterday. That it really is a good eye catcher, pretty good. Pretzel crust pizza, do they have that at Little Caesars? They have pretzel crust pizza, really? I didn't even know that. See, I knew it. Noidle says, yeah, the sword looks great, much better than the sign. I agree. I just tossed the sign down on the floor yesterday. Here it is. This sign's just a shame because it would have looked good if we could have lit it up, but it's too bright. Remember we plugged it in the other day? It blinds you. It's just too bright of a sign, and it's not adjustable. Like, there's no dimmer on it that you can dim the power. So sadly, it's just not a very good idea. It was all right for a week, but I think we'll probably retire it now that we have something nicer for the background. Okay. Get the deep dish from Little Caesars. Really? You think the deep dish is good? See, maybe we'll definitely do Little Caesars. Supercharged says stuffed pretzel crust from Little Caesars is amazingly good. All right, I think we know what we're doing next. So today's taco time. And then when we hit 110 goals, it's probably going to be Little Caesars. And then after that, we'll have to think about 120. I mean, we're insane. At this point, though, here's what we should do. We should hit the reset button because remember, every 100 we're supposed to reset, and we didn't do that yesterday. So we'll do 8 out of 10 rather than 108 out of 110. We'll just say we're at 8 out of 10 goals hit because that's our reset point, right? Speaking of which, a couple people have contributed, actually. Let's do some shout-outs. So we start off today with a $2 tip here. Maybe we could do a short indie game like Beginner's Guide or There's a Gun in the Office. I think that would work well for today. I don't know what we want to do right now. Like, we could literally do anything. We could just sit here and talk and hang out. We could try to play a game. Like, I could do whatever we want. I don't want to do Atom Fall because obviously I was so late that it just doesn't make sense. We should hold off on that. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing South of Midnight. So we're basically going to continue on with the schedule for the week, just skipping an Atom Fall stream. There's nothing I can really do about that. But as for anything else, yeah, if you guys wanted to play something, I'm down. Or if you just want to hang out, I feel like people might have some stuff to talk about after yesterday. Let's see. And then, like I said, around 3:30, I got to order the food, and at 4, we're actually going to have the food show up. So that'll be great. Okay. Cool. So thank you there. Let's take a look. We have okay, Solidus Snake Fan, a $10 super chat. Says awesome, really cool, funny song. So I guess Solidus Snake Fan was just coming by and listening to the intro music. That's the same music. Some of those songs are over a decade old. A lot of those are from like 2011. I'm not even kidding. Back in the day, on YouTube would be like so into like fandoms that I had like a fandom that would send me all kinds of submissions constantly, and we just made them part of the intros and stuff over the years. So there you go. And I'm glad you like the remixes. Thank you for that super chat. NVL Roy with a $2 super chat. Happy late B-Day, bro. Thank you, NVL Roy. It certainly was a crazy good birthday. Like, we had a ton of fun, right? We did. With everything that we did, it was fun. Schedule 1 is really good, and I would be down to play some of that if and when, even if you want me to play it on this stream. It was good. It's just we didn't really get too far into it because the food was ready. So Schedule 1 is fun. I'd love to play more of it now that I'm sober and I could focus on it better. The Lego build was great. It took 2 hours to build, but we got it done, and it looks great in the background. Now that we have that one, and that one looks so good, I'm actually hyped to build the Piranha Plant, the Super Mario Piranha Plant, because that's the one we're going to do when we formally bring back Lego Nights. So that actually is getting me pretty pumped because it looks really cool, and I think that's going to look even better for the background. Okay. The one thing we didn't get to do, we didn't get to play Minecraft at all. There was no time. We had the intro, which was like 2 hours of hanging out and people contributing and saying happy birthday. And then we had Schedule 1. Then we had dinner. Then we did the Lego, and then it was over. Like, that was the whole day. It took forever. So I promise you guys, we will absolutely play Minecraft at some point too. Like, I'm down to play it. It sucks that we didn't, but we could play it at any time. I now have 4 different codes for the characters in Minecraft. We have the zombie hamburglar, the grimace egg, and then someone sent me 2 more codes: a French fry helmet, and what was the last one? Oh, a burger that's like a crystal, but it looks like a Big Mac. So that's kind of cool, right? So lots of good stuff there when we get to play Minecraft eventually. Now, this is just funny. You got to listen to this one. I love it when these come through because they're hilarious. I got a $5 super chat from someone called May Ann, who says, hey, great marathon yesterday. All the hallmarks of a great DSPGaming marathon, like drunk begging, crying, and excessive belching. Well, let's see. There was no drunk begging. There was celebration because people were being so supportive of me. And I was so happy that I was expressing my gratitude and my happiness at having a great day. So yeah, actually I did tear up at one point because I was so grateful for everyone being so nice to me. I even said, I didn't know what was going to happen with all the drama recently and all of that. There was a big chance I felt that there was going to be a big turnaround in attitude against me and that people were going to turn against me and not like me because I wasn't doing drama content anymore. And instead, it's been the opposite, especially these last couple of weeks have been overwhelmingly over the top levels of support. And it made me feel so nice and happy and appreciate it. So the funny part is, you could say that there was drunk begging, crying, and excessive belching, and you're probably right in all those regards. But the difference is I made like over $2,000 yesterday while I was doing all that stuff, while you're just sitting here with sour grapes actually throwing me more money the next day to try to get like a jab at me. But you paid me to do it. You're just not that smart. So thanks for a $5 super chat. DJ and DJ also with a $5 super chat. Says, I had to work yesterday. Happy late birthday. Thank you, DJ and DJ. I appreciate you. Good to see you here today. Hopefully you didn't have too bad of a work day yesterday. And welcome to the stream, the chill stream, because man, after yesterday, I need a nice chill. Why do you think I'm wearing this incredibly comfy, oversized sweatshirt today? I was like, today I am just bumming it. I am, just going to relax. Okay. Let's see here. So this is great. Another troll over on Kick says, what, do you think making $2,000 in a day makes you a legend? I don't know what it makes me, but it certainly makes me, better than you. I'm not the one sitting in my chat so upset that I had a good day yesterday that I have to sit there and be all pissy about it. Like, you could be doing anything else with your life right now. You could go be doing productive, positive things, but instead you're sitting here all upset that I had a good day yesterday. So, for the record, your tears are very tasty. So, that's what I have here. Fresh brewed, sad boy hater tears from yesterday being such a good day. And let me tell you, it's a fine vintage. It's a very fine vintage. It's delicious. All right. Anyway, let's continue. See, and then I love it because then he tries to judge. It goes, oh, I'm not begging for pennies and dimes. I made $2,000. That's a lot of pennies and dimes. Anyway, let's continue here. What's this? Oh, yeah, I agree. $1.50 tip. Someone says, you're forever indebted to Ghost Drone, who made all those bangers back in the day. It was Ghost Drone and S Beast Music. S Beast Music made all the rock ones with the guitar, and Ghost Drone made all kind of like the almost like club music remixes, like Doug's on the Floor. So, yeah, I agree. Like, back in the day, there was like maybe 3 or 4 people who made a ton of music remixes, and I've literally been using them all these years. See, here's how it used to work, and this is what no one even remembers, okay? YouTube used to be a social media page, just like Facebook, just like MySpace back in the day. It was actually a place where, yes, you would post your videos up, but you would post up your schedule. There was actually a running blog where you would post up daily updates to your viewers about stuff going on. And there was also parts where you could feature content. So, for example, if Ghost Drone posted up like remixes for me, I would highlight his remixes on my page, and he would get, no lie, tens of thousands of views sometimes in just a couple days on his own channel through my channel highlighting his. Your channel pages used to actually be the focal point of YouTube, and they would rank them. They actually had daily achievements where you'd be ranked on how many views your channel page got, and my channel page used to be in the top 20 channel pages every single day on YouTube. It was one of the most visited channel pages on the entire site. Not just for like, gaming, for the entirety of YouTube. That's how hot my channel page was back in the day. But then YouTube destroyed it. They took away all the features and they made channel pages generic and have no features and made it look like a white textbook page. So when that happened, almost all of the good stuff went away. And now it just became so commercialized and so boring. So, like overnight, people would make me these remixes and get highlighted and get all these views. And then all of a sudden, they wouldn't get any views anymore. So they stopped making the remixes, right? Why are you going to put all this effort in if even if I try to highlight it, the thing gets like 200 views? So that's YouTube's fault. YouTube wanted to change over the years to be like a television network, which they're not. They literally think they're a television network, and they have metrics and things that are based off of like television viewership, when absolutely no content on YouTube is like a TV. They don't get it. So they ruined their own site. I mean, there was at one point, it was so hot and so popular, and people were going to YouTube to hang out and have fun and talk with the community. And now going to YouTube, you're just staring at a bunch of textbook pages and looking for videos in this giant algorithm that doesn't really work properly. So it sucks. I loved back in the day having S Beast Music and Ghost Drone make me these remixes and then giving them popularity because I could highlight their content. It was like my hands were tied after a while. They just said, oh, we're just going to delete it all. I even made a video. It was one of my hateful truth reviews, was when YouTube redid their channel pages to make everything look awful. And you want to know the worst part about all of it? Here's the worst part about all of it. They justified it by saying, oh, well, the reason we did this is because everyone's going to mobile devices, and we want our site to be functional on mobile devices, because if we don't, then we're going to lose out on a whole ton of traffic. Now, YouTube was correct. Everyone in the last decade, right, has gone over to phones, and everyone digests this content now on their phones. That's correct. But the funniest part about all of that is that it doesn't work right on the phone. It's 2025. The YouTube app sucks. It doesn't work properly. You can't access all the content. Me as a creator, I can't even do everything on the app that I would want to do as a creator. Like right now, if I wanted to make a new video, the featured video on my channel page, you can't do that from the mobile version of YouTube. You have to go into a browser, load the desktop edition of YouTube through your browser on your phone, and then force feed it to do it. That almost 15 years ago, they changed YouTube to work on mobile, and it still doesn't work right on mobile. Anyway, yeah, pretty stupid. No, we're not doing Adam Fall today, DH1. We're just we're not doing the Adam Fall stream. It was way too late to begin it. If we play anything, we'll do a quick indie game or something like that. But yeah, no Adam Fall today. Oh, by the way, something that I have done, I got an air filter or a air purifier for the office, and I've put it right over there next to the TV. It's one of those shark ones. It's made to be like for like an office or a bedroom. And I just plugged it in. It's claiming the air in here is pretty clean, which is a good thing. But I know that the air quality goes down in the spring, especially when the pollen starts coming in and all that. So this thing has a HEPA filter in it, and it's supposed to actually clarify all the air in here for me, which will be great. Maybe I won't be sneezing. Remember the other day, I started sneezing wildly in the middle of the stream, and everyone was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, it must be allergies hitting." So hopefully this thing will keep the air in here clean and less stuffy. We'll see how well it works, hopefully. I've never had one before. I've actually literally never had an air purifier for the office ever. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but now, again, since you guys support me so much, I can just buy something like that on a whim and not have to worry about it. So thank you for that. We'll see how well it works, right? That's correct. Kudo just did a $5 super chat and said, channels used to be so awesome. You were able to click links along the top. If you were a YouTube partner, it was way more customizable. Oh, yeah. YouTube was so fun because it basically kind of had almost like daily competitions. Like each channel would say, hey, amongst this category, if you're a gamer or you're a comedian or you're this kind of a creator, you actually ranked number 257 out of all of them today. And it would be, oh, that's neat. And you could click and it would show everyone else you're competing against and how they placed views-wise and everything. It would do video views. It would do channel views. Like, it would do all this stuff. And it was such a neat thing. Yeah, I used to have a schedule. So right now, as you know, I do my schedule on the post page here on DSPGaming every night. Well, they used to have a built-in schedule. You didn't have to post it up on your post page. It was actually, you could just go into a little area and type your whole schedule in. So I'd say, okay, Tuesday I'm playing this game, Wednesday I'm playing this game, Thursday I'm playing this game, and all the release dates would be there. So everything would be laid out right in front of you. And it was easily sortable. Everything was good. YouTube just messed it all up over the years because, again, they really, really wanted to pretend like they were a television station, which they're not. They're like, oh, we're going to change all the pages. We're going to change all our metrics to try to compete with like broadcast TV. Like, you are stupid as hell. YouTube has had the worst management I've ever seen for over a decade, and it hasn't gotten any better. Like, I know management has changed hands and everything, and it's still terrible. They just don't know what they're doing. It's like, here's the keys to the kingdom. $billion company. By the way, give it to complete morons who don't even understand the site. And they'll try to run it like a TV station. That sounds like smart, doesn't it? Whatever. All right. Well, thank you, Kudo, for that. Let's see here. See, that's true. DJ says, well, today it just wouldn't be fair anymore. Most YouTubers have channels for everything. Gaming, vlogs, other things like Mr. Beast. You're right. And again, it's so different. Back in the day, I remember when you would have people who were just specialized to one thing because it was actually because people had passion and people were genuine. Today, everyone's fake, right? Like, I remember I was one of the people who was very outspoken during that era, okay, when you had guys like Toby Turner, who is known for making stupid chicken and a biscuit song on YouTube. All of a sudden, he claims he's a gamer, and he comes out with a gaming channel. And there were these people who you could tell they were dressing up and putting on makeup, and they were meant to be like, oh, we're going to do vlogging and modeling and things like that on YouTube. And all of a sudden, they were gamers. We have a gaming channel now. Yeah, but you suck. Nothing you put out is interesting. You're not informed on games. You're just a pretty face, and now you're going to get millions of views because you decided to make a gaming channel? You fucking fake loser. And I called them all out. But that was, again, DSP calling everyone out, right? DSP against the world. I was the one to say these people are phonies and people shouldn't pay attention to them, but didn't stop them, and they got prominent, and now every single YouTuber has a page for everything, right? It's pretty sad. Let's see here. $2 tip came in from Mars Inhabitant. Congrats. I'm happy for your success. The tears are what winners call tears of joy, something your stalker bums would never feel. I know. I told you guys yesterday, I felt so grateful and so happy because after, going through what I've been through in the last over 10 years, right? Again, being someone on the internet that everyone claims to hate. But then when it gets exposed, the only reason any of them hate me is because it's profitable, because morons throw money at it. Not because people actually hate me or have valid gripes. It's just because they make money doing it, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on right now. It's literally for money. If there was no money in it, they wouldn't do it. They're phonies. But people are so dumb, they don't care. They reward bad bullying behavior despite the fact if it actually is justified or not, just because it gives them personal pleasure to see people get bullied, right? So after what I've been through, you got to wonder what was going to happen with everything. Like these last couple of weeks, it was a big chance that I took, handling it the way that I did, and it has worked out great. You know what I mean? It has. Like people are actually showing up, engaging, and supporting with all of my content. I was able to just play Suikoden, a RPG from the 1990s in its entirety, and I got all of my goals hit every single time I streamed it. That's insane. Do you understand that I was never able to do that before? How many RPGs have I played over the years? All the Like a Dragon Yakuza games, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound. Never did I hit my goals playing those games. Never. And now I am. People want to come out and support me because I'm genuine. Because I'm not some faker. I'm not some phony. I'm not sitting here to bully and crap on others. I'm not some shilling crappy product. You know what I do is real, and people appreciate that, and they're coming out in droves to support me. And I'm so grateful for that because I didn't know how things were going to go, but man, it went well. So thank you. What a great day yesterday. How happy I was, at the end. I was genuinely like, wow, how the hell did it go that well? Now, we didn't hit the $3,500 goal, so I didn't shave my beard. We could have done that and had the record highest stream ever, so you really let me down in that regard. You see, and that's the thing. So I say that, right? And it's obviously a joke, but the people out there are so dumb who don't like me, they actually think I'm being serious. Like, there was no fucking way yesterday I was going to hit $3,500 of support in one stream. No way was I looking for that or expecting it, but it was a running joke. Oh, I'll shave my beard and we'll do that. But then they actually report on it like it's factually, oh yeah, see, he really was going for that. And you say, you're so dumb. I was so grateful for anything that I got. And then I ended up having an insanely great day. Excuse me. These people are just fucking nuts. They only want to believe what proves their narrative. They selectively report things, selectively talk about things. They edit things to be what they're not. They're just out of their minds. And the fact that anyone actually watches or listens to their crap is so fucking ludicrously stupid. You've got to be one of the biggest dunces on the planet. And sadly, the problem is there's a lot of dunces now. Humanity as a whole is getting dumber and dumber and finding entertainment in garbage stuff that's not real. It's not even real stuff. It's not like, oh, Phil did this horrible thing, let's make fun of him. The horrible thing didn't even happen. Right? Oh, Phil was a drunken mess and crying at the end of his stream. No, I was definitely inebriated, but I was having a great time and I was so grateful for everything that had happened. It was tears of joy and gratefulness. That's different than he was a blubbering, depressed, drunken mess as they report, but that's how they report it, right? That is correct. I do not have a full beard. I have a goatee. It's not patchy. It's just all white. It's literally all white. And so you can't really see it that well on camera, as you can see actually over here, which you've seen close up. Here we go. Right? See? Now you can actually see it. It's all white hairs. This is all pure white hair right here. That's why it looks like that. But I don't dye it because I don't care. I age gracefully. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not getting older. Soon you're going to start seeing it up here. This hair, there's all white hairs in here. I don't know if you can see them, but there are. I'm starting to get all white hairs up there too. I'm not going to do anything about that. I'm just going to let it go. Nothing I can really do about it. You get older, you get older. I don't know why people run from their age. I mean, everyone's going to get old and everyone's going to pass away at one point. It's kind of the human condition. Better that you accept it and you learn to live with it then you just kind of deny it for your whole life, which a lot of people do. A lot of people think they're going to live forever and they act like that, and you're crazy, you know? Anyway, all right. Let's see here. So Big Larry Gaming tipped me $1 saying that they had entered a Street Fighter 6 tournament, and I think they said they had done well with Lily. But they're wondering, is there any character in Third Strike that plays like Lily? Not really. Boy. Like Lily is based on a couple strong counter hits into combo and a pretty safe hit string that pretty much what you're trying to do is bait the opponent into a sense of security and then kind of counter hitting them. Every once in a while, a throw mix up. I don't know, maybe Makoto? Maybe Makoto might be one of the closest, I would say, but they're very different. Like, I don't think there's anyone in Third Strike that really plays like Lily. Like you could argue 12 has the keep away moves and dives like she has, but Makoto has the grabs that lead into like hit strings and stuff. So I don't know. It would have to be like a hybrid, I would say. So thank you, Big Larry Gaming, for the $1, and wish you the best with your future endeavors there in Street Fighter 6. But if you're playing with Lily, you're playing a losing battle because, man, she's one of the worst in the game by far. They didn't give her any real tools. They haven't even improved her. With all the patches and things they did to improve the game, they didn't even improve her at all. They just kind of left her while they kept improving everyone else in the game. They just left her as is, so she's like bottom tier. Squirt Rocks gifted a sub, our first gifted sub of the day, and that went to Scram Person. Thank you, Squirt Rocks. Yesterday, we got something like insane amount of gifted subs. I want to say it was like over 200 gifted subs or something crazy like that on Kick. In fact, I should probably check now. Syndicator, we absolutely are going to play Minecraft. But don't worry, we're going to do it. It's not like, oh, I didn't get to it yesterday, so now we're just dropping the idea. Absolutely, I want to play Minecraft, okay? They logged me out. They logged me out of Kick. I don't remember the password. I've totally forgotten it. Okay. Hold on. I don't know why they logged me out of Kick. I haven't been logged out of Kick in a long time, but I guess they decided to. Okay. All right, now I'm logged in. Cool. Don't know why I got logged out. Wow, we might be at one of the highest sub counts I've ever had on Kick. We're over 700 subs right now. I think the highest I had at first was like 800, but that was right when I started streaming in like October, and then we never went back to that high. But man, we're there. Oh, let me change the whole stream name on Kick. My bad, because this is all wrong. Yeah, this is all wrong. Yesterday, I had to get out of here as fast as possible, so I did not set anything up properly at all. I know that. Like, I know I left here and everything was said it was the wrong thing and everything, and I apologize for that, but I had to, I was so beat. I just needed to get the hell out of here. So let's see. Yeah, holy crap. Wow. That's incredible. How many did I get? Something like so far in April, it says I've had over 300 gifted subscriptions, and we're only 1 week into April. That's insane. What a week. I said yesterday, everyone came out of the woodwork and was so generous. We had Lance Catamaran, we had Ether, we had It's a Me Ken. They were just dropping giant bombs yesterday, and it helped so much. Really, it's so nice of you guys, and it helps so much. So thank you guys for that. Yeah, this is wild. Crazy. Thank you all. Okay. All right. So by the way, this is just a chill stream. For those who are joining late, because I see more people are joining right now, this is literally just a post-birthday chill stream. There is nothing crazy we're doing here today. I recovered from my hangover. um, I recovered from my hangover, and now I'm feeling better, and I just wanted to hang out with the audience. We don't have to play games or whatever. In about an hour, I'm ordering Taco Time, which is a local hybrid American-Mexican fast food chain that's in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. I've never done Taco Time for DSP Tries It before, but I owe you guys a DSP Tries It, so I said we would do it today. So we're doing that in about an hour. I'm ordering the food, and then we're going to do it live, okay? So it's kind of just like a chill hangout session. Yes, Major Alex, again, you have to understand that, it's called being human and having emotions. That, yes, I was overcome with emotion at the end of yesterday's stream. I was feeling fulfilled, actually, as a creator and a streamer, that people actually were liking my content and coming by and supporting me, that they didn't actually just hate me, that they actually saw where I was coming from, who I am as a person and a creator, and liking what I did and having an overwhelmingly positive day. That's called tears of joy. If you don't understand what they are, it's probably because you're a miserable wretch who never had any goodness in their life. So you wouldn't understand someone actually being happy and crying because of it, because, you're a loser. So maybe you should go focus on that, right? Go actually do something, right? All right. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Taco Time hangover meal. Yeah, all I had ever since. So yesterday after the marathon, I had some like pretzel sticks or something as a snack before I went to sleep. And then this morning I slept in, and I finally just had like one of the turkey sausage and egg white breakfast sandwiches. So I haven't really eaten that much since dinner yesterday. So Taco Time will kind of be my food to hopefully kick me out of this. Okay. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Someone just asked. I received a $5 tip. Do you plan on playing Lunar Remastered? It's going to come out later this month. Some of my favorite RPGs. Would be great to see you give them a try. No. And here's why. We just finished the Suikoden 1 HD remaster, correct? Since it did so well, I kind of made a deal with the viewership that I would play Suikoden 2 over the summer. And I do have plans to do that. I think later on in the summer, once some time has passed, we'll probably jump in and play Suikoden 2. All right? Doesn't make sense to play 1 and 2 back to back. It would be too much overload of the same, kind of game, and it would definitely lose momentum. So I don't want to do that. I know from experience. I've tried that before. It doesn't work. Okay? Now, in regards to this Lunar collection, all right? I mean, I'm interested. I've never played the Lunar games before, but I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it came out of nowhere. There was no real build-up. Like, we knew the Suikoden collection was coming for over a year. No one even knew this Lunar collection was coming out. Now, all of a sudden, it's just going to come out right away. I don't think that's a good idea because, notably, if you're not aware, later on in April, there was a very high-profile RPG called, what is it? Obscure, Claire Obscure? Let me find the real name of it. Hold on. Here we go. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's on April 24th, okay? This game looks like a combination of Final Fantasy X with Lost Odyssey, both of which are amazing games. You know what I'm saying? Like, really good games. So, to be honest, if I'm going to play an RPG next, I think that should be the RPG I play. I loved Final Fantasy X. I loved Lost Odyssey. Lost Odyssey is a game I've told you over the years I've wanted to play and never got a chance, right? So, let's see how it goes, but I think that's my next focus. So, the Lunar Collection, being that they are classic games, I could do it kind of whenever I want. And I'm in no rush right now, even though I understand some people will be like, oh, but it just came out now, it's hot. Yeah, but if I do it now, I just played Suikoden. I'm going to be playing another RPG. You can't play 4 RPGs like that. It doesn't work. It is a shame that this is coming out kind of in the middle, because again, it kind of feels to me, again, we're doing it again, RPG overload, right? Like, seriously, here we go again. It's RPG overload, where it's too much of a similar style of game, all releasing at once in a very short period of time. And this results in burnout, where people get tired of seeing that same style of game or playthrough, and therefore it doesn't work. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to have RPG burnout again, So let's see. Okay. Wow. Continuing on. I received a $5.55 tip from Flatman B. He says, any evil person can turn away from their bad ways. Embrace positivity. It's all gravy. People need to lighten up a bit. I mean, you're right. When I was younger, all right, I was a bully. Okay, I was a troll. I was an internet bully. I literally went after people in the FGC because I had nothing better to do with my life. I thought that making other people miserable, actually was giving me pleasure, as sad as that sounds, because it was. I was miserable. I didn't like my life, so I wanted to bring others down. And I today absolutely positively regret those actions, 100%. I wish that I had never done them, but the thing is, when I was young, I was immature. I didn't get it. Now that I'm older, all right, and I see that, number one, here's the thing. As you get older, some things happen. Number one, you start to get older and you start to see your body slow down. You start to have health problems. And then you start to see people around you, like your loved ones, your family members, right? They start to get old. They start to have health problems. And then what you realize is that you got one life to live. You got to make the absolute best of it. You got to be as positive as you can with the time you have, because if you waste your time on this toxic negativity, next thing you know, you'll be 65 years old, staring in a mirror, dying of some debilitating illness and saying, what did I just do with my life? I don't want to be 65 staring in a mirror saying, what happened to the last 65 years? So I kind of had in the last, 7, 8 years an epiphany. I don't want to be a toxic jerk anymore. I just want to do good. I want to make content that's not toxic, but instead is positive for the people on the internet. I don't want to sit around and bully and bring other people down to get ahead. I just want to be me, and hopefully people will go along for that ride with me. And you know what? They are. And that means something. It does. When everyone else on the internet is trying to pull me in this toxic bully direction or lolcow direction, and I say, no, I refuse, even though that could probably get me more attention, more popularity, more money, I don't care. I want to be me, and I want to make the content that I like to make and that I feel is meaningful to the internet and not harmful to people on this planet. So, yeah, that's the thing. As you get older, you realize all these things, and then you look back at the things you've done in your past and you feel awful. I do. I feel terrible for those people who I bullied, and I actually have gone and apologized to some of them because I think they deserved that, at least. And actually, to a lot of people don't know this, one person actually forgave me, and I felt so good that person was actually a really good person who I'd bullied like an idiot when I was young for no fucking reason. I was just a dunce, and they forgave me, and I was like, thank you so much. Now it lets me feel like I can move on and not have to dwell on these horrible things I did in the past, So that's all I could say, man. Focus on the positive. Stay away from the negative. That's all you got to do. Okay. Continuing on. Beaver Bother to the $1.50 says, I want an answer. Why don't you like me? Because you're obnoxious. There's a difference between being like excited or how can I say, energetic or obnoxious. You are obnoxious. You would sit there and chat and you would actually be like, I want an answer from Phil. And you would spam the chat nonstop for like an hour, the same message. It's obvious I saw it the first 17, 18 times you posted it, and I'm ignoring it for a good reason. How do you not get the picture? Again, you're the equivalent of a kid, a small child, who is immature, doesn't get it, and wants attention. So they grab your leg like this, and they go, hey, you, hey, come on, hey, pay attention, hey. No, come on, leave me alone. Hey. I'm a streamer. I don't have time to deal with you like I'm your parent. I'm not your parent. No one else is acting like you. If you didn't notice, I unbanned you to be nice to you, okay? I unbanned you to be nice. And then within a day, you got rebanned again because you couldn't behave. I don't want to be people's dads on these streams. You know what I mean? Okay. Some more tips have come in. It's like, I have nothing against you, Beaver Bother. I just think you're obnoxious. And I'm not going to stand around in my place of business and put up with someone who's obnoxious and bothering both myself and the other customers, right? If you had someone who came into your restaurant and just wouldn't stop screaming at the top of their lungs, you would ask them politely to stop. And if they didn't stop, you would ask them to leave. And then if they didn't leave, you would have them escorted out by the police, right? Only I'm the police here. All right, so I got a $2 tip. Someone says, congrats on all the support yesterday. Thank you very much. And thanks for the $2 right now, because we're about a third of the way to our goal, even though it wasn't my intention to hit a goal on this stream. This is just a hangout stream, but I appreciate you guys. I just received a $2 tip. From taxation is theft. Human beings are by nature evil, greedy, cruel, and egotistical. There's no solution. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the Final Fantasy and Metal Gear remakes. Are you? What happened? It says it cut off. Whoever this is, your message cut off right there. So I have no idea what else you were saying. Final Fantasy remake? I don't know what you're talking about. Metal Gear, yeah, I'm going to play that one. If you mean Metal Gear Solid 3, yeah, I'm playing that one. Snake Eater later in the year. But I don't know what Final Fantasy remake you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, Mayan did a $5 super chat and then said a troll comment and got banned. So thanks for the $5, Mayan. Sadly, you're banned in chat, so you'll have to tip me now if you're going to try to do troll tips. Since you keep contributing to say dumb stuff, now you'll have to tip me instead. Okay. What's up, Gabriel? How are you? All right. All right, so here's the deal. We have less than an hour till when I'm going to order the food from Taco Time, and then we're going to do DSP tries at Taco Time, okay? So the question is, what would you guys like to do? Just hang out and talk for a little bit? We don't really have much time for gameplay, and I felt that was going to happen. Like, we were going to chat for a while, and because of that, we probably weren't going to have a lot of time to do much, but I'm cool just hanging out, all right? What's up, Liam Lawson, who's been trolling over there on Kick? What's going on, troll? Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? What's going on today? Thank you. Someone says, great job, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Am I interested in Marathon, Bungie's next game? They're finally going to show gameplay on the 12th? Sure. I would like to see their next game. Will I ever bring back System Shock? You know, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed playing System Shock Remake over the summer. It really was the first major game that I ever played at 4K resolution, right? So it was actually a good graphical test of my gaming PC. But after a while, we stopped playing it to play new releases, and no one really asked for it back. I noticed that there wasn't really much or any demand. So with literal, like, no demand, every once in a while, like once a month, someone will bring it up and be like, hey, are you going to play System Shock again? I'm like, I don't know. I'm glad that I played it. I got a taste for what it was, and now I know what that game is if we reference it in the future, but I don't know if I would go back into it now. Oh, I only saw the first 2 Mission Impossible movies ever back in the 90s. Those are the only 2 I ever saw. I never saw any of the others. I know there's been like 10 more, but I never seen any of them because the villain is bringing up that the final Mission Impossible movie comes out in May. I can't imagine what they're all about. To me, that's like the same as like Fast and the Furious. Like, why would I keep watching those? Any plans for Lego builds? Oh, yes, we have the next Lego. Did you know? We already have it. So well, first off, let's take a nice look at what we did yesterday, shall we? This is what we did yesterday. This is the Minecraft Sword Outpost. Okay, it's a little loose, actually. Might have to try to get that to stick because I don't think it did. There we go. So this is the Sword Outpost, which features a hero in diamond armor, a villain, a pig, one of the skeleton archers right there. I don't even know what that blue creature is at the top. I have no clue what those are. I played Minecraft for a year. I don't think I ever even saw one of those. But it's pretty cool. You've got some building stations back here with like an oven and stuff like that. You got turrets here that shoot missiles, and you got the big sword. So I think it looks pretty nice. It was a pretty good build. It took about 2 hours to do. I think it was around 450 pieces, roughly. And I like this build. I thought that was a good one for the marathon, being that the Minecraft movie came out this weekend. It was a giant financial success. For those who don't know, it's the most profitable opening ever for a video game movie. Like, it exceeded expectations. So apparently people really like this movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it, nor probably will I. But there you go. So, and there's the creeper too. I forgot there was a creeper right here. So pretty nice build. And I mean, Minecraft makes sense for Legos, does it not? I mean, Minecraft looks like they're made of Lego. So it's kind of a no-brainer that Minecraft would have a Lego set. Now, we already have the next Lego set for when we bring back Lego Nights. Let me just show you. Here it is. The Super Mario Brothers Piranha Plant. Looks cool, does it not? And so I guess it has a few things you can do. You can like actually position it. It's positionable. See how it like moves? And I think you can have the jaws like open or closed. And I think it has optional things. For what I'm seeing in this picture, not only does it have the green pipe that it comes out of, but apparently it has some optional things like a pot and other things you can put it in. So I think it's pretty neat. It's going to be our next build, and we're going to start this probably not this week. I'm thinking next week. Maybe we'll bring back Lego Nights and have them as part of my week, like once a week on a weeknight, and go from there and see how it goes. Remember, this one is really awesome. And then what we were talking about was after this one, maybe then we would do something more generic, like for the summertime, maybe do like dinosaurs or something for the Jurassic World movie that's coming out. And then look to do maybe a big build for the end of the year. Like they have a giant Super Mario. It's Mario riding Yoshi. It's like huge. It's like, no lie, it's like this tall. And it has a crank and it moves when you crank it and stuff. It looks really, really cool. So I think this could be a good next one that we could build over April. Then maybe May we do something more like a generic, more dinosaur themed or something like that, right? And then we do maybe a big build after. But again, it depends on how they do. This did well because it was part of the marathon, right? It was 2-hour build and people seem to enjoy me doing it. I don't know if they'll continue to do that well. Maybe they won't. Maybe people will get tired of them, right? I don't know. So let's see how it goes with the Piranha Plant coming up. I'm excited for that. I think this is going to be a pretty good build. Good stuff. Okay, let me go put it back. Oh. Fed Roger says, just keep continuing with Nintendo Legos. It's going to really ride Switch 2 hype right now. I think you're right, actually. Right now, everyone's talking about Switch 2. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's what I should do is just try to do Switch 2 related stuff for a while until it dies out and then we do something different. Could be a good idea. Hello Voltage did a $2 super chat. He said, feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Very nice. Thank you. Hello Voltage. Tangy Flavor over on Kick says, can I get a what's up back? Well, what's up to you, Tangy Flavor? How you doing? Awesome. We're at 58 bucks of support so far, guys. Thank you. Let's see here. Mega Man X says, how you feeling after that birthday bash, man? Whew. I was not feeling good this morning. I was feeling green. Like, that's probably the best description. I woke up and I was feeling green. Like, not feeling well at all. But I am recovering now. And I feel like once I get real food in me, like once I actually eat dinner here live, this DSP tries of taco time, I feel like things are going to be a lot better. Like I got to get to that point, but I think that it's going to be a lot easier and better once I have real food in me. You know, so far, all I've had was a breakfast sandwich, you know? Okay. I received a $2 tip from the hottest woman in college. As a man of science, science has given more to humanity than Mr. Free Food and Concert Facts. I have no idea what that means. But thanks for a $2 tip. We're now up to 60 bucks of support. Thank you all. So we got good momentum. And we're heading towards 2/3 of the goal already. Thank you guys. Okay. Would I play Dragon Quest Builders 3 if it came out? I'll be honest, probably not. Like, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is the one that I played, and I thought it was an okay game, but man, there was a lot of really grindy parts that just took a long time to get through and weren't very satisfying. I did like the game overall, but there were just some real slow streams, so I probably wouldn't play the third one. I definitely could see that game as one that, if you're a fan of Dragon Quest or building or both, that's the kind of chill game that you play when you get home from school or work and you just want to gel, right? I just want to sit around and kill some enemies and build and do some stuff. But as for like a streaming game, it just wasn't very entertaining for the audience. I don't blame the audience. I don't think that it's that kind of game. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's build it now. No, let's not build the Lego Piranha Plant now. Like I said, we'll probably starting next week, we'll probably maybe have a regular night that we'll start doing Lego nights again. And we'll go from there. What? Would I ever react to Laurel and Hardy? I've seen Laurel and Hardy. When I was a kid, they used to be on TV all the time. But would I react to them? Why would I react to them? What are you talking about? Yeah, I wonder. Crema de Coco says, imagine having to pay $800 for a Switch 2. It may be that price. It may actually be that price. Now, here's the thing. If I can get a Switch 2 at launch and we can do a live unboxing here with my setup, right? Imagine we go here and I can show you live unbox it, show you everything in person, what it looks like, what it feels like. We hook it up, we get it going with the software, we download games, we play them all the first day or two. Like that hands-on day one, day two coverage would likely more than justify the price tag for me. But that's me because I'm a creator that's going to make money on my content. The average gamer dropping like $600 to $800 on a Switch 2, then having to buy a memory card expansion, then having to buy $80, $90, $100 games, then having to buy a bunch of accessories. You're talking like a $1,500 investment for a console that's going to have one or two first-party games in its first several months. Is that worth it? Probably not. For creators, yes. For everyone else, probably not. Have I ever hosted a fighting game tournament with chat or anything like that? No, Supercharged. Never did like an online tournament or anything like that. J Strip says, how do you feel about Bloody Marys to help a hangover? I've never had a Bloody Mary in my life. Not once. I don't even know what it tastes like. I'm aware of the drink, but I've never tried one, so I don't even know, you know? Is that what it is? That people have this Bloody Mary? Isn't it supposed to be like tomato juice and liquor together? So if you have a bad hangover, basically it's supposed to like ease you out of the hangover or something? I don't know. I never had one, so I can't really comment on it. Would I ever bring back the Saw 2 video game? Probably not for a real playthrough unless it was like October and we wanted to do horror games or something, maybe. But outside of that, probably not. Would I suggest an average gamer should get a Steam Deck instead of a Switch 2? You know, I'll be honest, I just don't know that much about a Steam Deck. I don't really know the specs. I don't really know the value or the pricing. I never really looked into it. I kind of knew that if I was going to upgrade my setup, I wanted a dedicated gaming PC. I didn't really want a portable thing. So I can't really speak to the Steam Deck. I wouldn't want to speak to it if I don't know what I'm talking about, right? What am I going to do with the rest of the moonshine? Not drink it now, that's for sure. You know, every once in a while, if I want to take a sip out of that thing, maybe I would just get, oh my God, hit me hard. But there is no way I can regularly drink that. Like, I wouldn't even want like more than one or two sips. It's way too strong. It destroyed my guts and everything. Like, oh, way too bad. There's not even flavor. Like the corn moonshine had flavor. It wasn't great, but at least it had a flavor. The freaking blue flame had no flavor. It was just alcohol in your mouth, down the hatch, just way too strong, in my opinion. So, yeah, I probably would not want to drink that again. It's not very good. Supercharge over on Kick says, will the the Steam Deck, I always say it wrong. The Steam Deck actually lets you emulate and play all sorts of first-party games way better than Switch 2. Just from the specs alone, the Steam Deck has an OLED screen, and you can run an alternate operating system on it. So there's all these options. Right. The Switch 2 is going to be a Nintendo proprietary, only playing their games on it, and the select third parties that port their games to it. You're right. Like, you're very limited with what you can do with the Switch 2. Now, some people will be okay with that. Some people will be like, it ain't worth that investment. Keep in mind, the Nintendo console was always the cheapest one. Whenever there was this console war going on, it was like, PlayStation would be like $500, $600. The Xbox would be like $400, $500. And then the Nintendo would be $300, $400. So that would be the budget-friendly choice that people would choose for like their kids or their family. So that's why there was always so many Wiis or Switches in the house in a standard American household. It's just the choice of families. But now if you're saying the console itself is going to have an increase in price because of these tariffs, so instead of $450, now the thing's going to be like $650. And by the way, you need a memory card because you can only store 2 games on it. Like already, some of the games' real sizes are coming out. Cyberpunk is like 70 plus gigs. Okay. Street Fighter is over 50 gigs. And let's say at launch, you got Mario Kart World, Cyberpunk, and Street Fighter 6. That's it. Like, no lie, there's no other room on your hard drive. You filled your entire Switch 2. So now you got to go buy an incredibly expensive expansion card to store anything else on it. And now that's not even talking about accessories, because you know that those stupid default controllers aren't going to be good, and people are going to want to get like the Pro controller or other accessories. So you're talking minimum investment around $1,000 for this thing. If you're going to invest that much, don't you want to have flexibility? Like, you buy the Steam Deck, you can do awesome gaming, you could do emulation, you could do different operating systems, you can get better screen, like all these advantages. So I feel like the hobbyist is going to be going for Steam Deck. The only people I think that are going to go crazy for this Switch 2 are, well, there's 2 groups. Number one, the hardcore Nintendo aficionados, fanboys, whatever you want to call them, the people that literally will buy every single piece of Nintendo, no matter what. Okay, so whoever that is, those people are going to go crazy. Those people are going to buy it anyway. They don't care, right? They're the same people who would run out and buy they're going to buy the $30 Street Fighter 6 amiibos. This tiny little plastic figure that costs $2 to make. They're going to go spend $30 and buy each of the Street Fighter 6 amiibos because they're that crazy obsessed, all right? But then there's people who are families who've always had a Nintendo console since the Wii. Because, I mean, think about that. It's 15 years ago now? But there's been people who've just been, hey, the Wii was the best console ever. Then I went to the Switch. The Switch was the best console ever. Well, I got to get Switch 2. Like, they're just going to think that. They're not even going to think, oh, it's expensive. They're just going to think, it's Nintendo. That's what I know. I'm going to go for it. So I do think there's going to be a customer base. I don't think initially there's going to be a problem with sales. I think the problem will be long-term. Like, perhaps the first 6-8 months will be great for them. But then, if they're not constantly pumping out games people want, people are going to realize we don't need this console, Or they're just going to wait. They're going to hope for a discount, hope for a Christmas bundle where the price goes down or something like that, Supercharge says, what are your thoughts on Nintendo charging $80 plus for games? Do you think other studios will take note and do the same? I think it'll spell bad news if it becomes the norm, and Nintendo never discounts their games, unlike Steam. You're right. And there's a reason for it, and I keep explaining it, but no one listens, or they think that I'm like prejudiced or something. Okay, you ready for this? Because this is 100% truthful. The Japanese people and culture, it is ingrained in their culture that they are smarter, stronger, faster, better than everyone else. It's just part of their culture. It's actually not insulting. Like, their culture is a culture of elitism. They believe that everything that they make and do is better than the rest of the world. I'm not kidding. It's actually part of their culture. I grew up knowing this because of Street Fighter. All right. Back in the day when we were doing Street Fighter tournaments, okay, we would actually invite and pay the way for the Japanese players to come to our country as like, oh, please come to our country and play. It's like an invitational. We want you to come here. You know, you're our guests or whatever. And they would outright demand that we pay their way. So we would, like, tournament organizers would actually find all this money and finance these Japanese players to come to the American tournaments. Now, when it came time when the Americans wanted to participate in the Japanese tournaments, they were like, well, you have to earn your special spot and qualify through a series of special tournaments. And then if you even qualify, you have to pay your way anyway. We're not paying for you. Why? Well, because you're not Japanese. What are you, crazy? And we were like, huh? It was like a culture shock, but that's just how it was. They were like, no, that's how it is. You got to pay for us to come to your tournament. We're not paying for you to come to ours. We don't give a shit. That's just how they are. With Nintendo, no exaggeration, they feel like their shit doesn't stink. Everything they do is gold. And therefore, how dare you ask for a discount? Did you know, and this is documented, Reggie Fils-Aimé, the former U.S. head of Nintendo, okay, the president of Nintendo in the United States, when the Wii was coming out, he wanted to have a free game packaged in with the Wii in the United States. Did you know that all the heads of Japanese Nintendo argued with him and said no? Do you want to know why? They said, no, this Nintendo product is the best in the world. Why should we just give away our amazing content for free? Why would we just package in a game? You got to pay if you want the best. And he was like, no, you don't understand. It's value added for the customer. It's good faith. It gives them something to do when they buy the console. It's a nice gesture and it gets people excited to go spend more money. And literally he had to fight with Nintendo of Japan to get them to even put in, what was it, Wii Sports? He had to fight hard because they wouldn't listen. They were like, no, we're the best. Everyone else sucks. Sure, you know, Microsoft will put a free game with the Xbox. Sure, Sony will put a free game with the PlayStation. We're not giving anything for free. Fuck them. We're better. That's how they are. No lie. So that's why the prices of games never go down. They're never, you know what I mean? There's never a big discount, a big sale. There's never a package in anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. And that's why Nintendo feels like they're the first company that can say, we're demanding anywhere from $70 to $100 for our games, and we don't even have to justify it because we're Nintendo. We're just better. Or don't you understand that we're Japanese and that Japanese game development is just much better than the rest of the world? And if you don't like it, fuck it. Don't buy Nintendo then. You pay or you don't get it. Like, that's their mentality. That's just how they are. That's not even meant to be an insult. That's just, imagine if you grew up like that. You were always told you're better than everyone else. Therefore, you work harder, you make better stuff, so everyone else should have to pay more for it. You're just better than everyone. Imagine if you were raised thinking that way. Right? Just elitist mentality. That's just how they are over there. Did you know that in Japan, many businesses will not serve English-speaking people? You have to speak Japanese. If you don't speak Japanese, they won't even sell you a product or service you. If you walk into the store and you speak one word of English, they throw you out. They say, get out. They're like, if you're in our country, you absolutely need to understand our language and be with our culture. And if you're not, we want nothing to do with you. Get out. Imagine if someone did that in the United States, you'd have news stories. Bigoted, racist business throws people out, refuses to do business with this certain kind of person, right? You'd be canceled. You'd be crapped upon. In Japan, it's commonplace. That's just how they are. Xenophobia. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It's xenophobic where they think that everyone else outside of Japan is inferior and that only the Japanese people are the best and they make the best products. They do the best business. They are, that's just how they think. And people don't realize how different cultures are around the world. They just don't. We live in these sheltered, isolated lives, and we don't understand how different the rest of the world is. The world will give you an absolute culture shock depending on where you go. Your jaw would drop to find out how people act in other parts of the world that aren't like, mainstay Europe, right? Or United States or Canada. Like, we are so differently isolated from the rest of the world and how we do stuff. What's up, Jade? He says, I'm just saying hi. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, sounds good. Yeah, because tonight I'm doing Disco Elysium. Tomorrow we're doing South of Midnight, that new game that you were interested in, Jade. So hopefully you'll be here for that. And what are we doing tomorrow night? More Pirate Yakuza. So tomorrow will be a full day of fun stuff with South of Midnight and Pirate Yakuza. Yep, that'll be fun. Cool. Very nice. Okay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. In about half an hour, we're going to order the food for DSP Tries It Taco Time. Okay, we got about 30 minutes left to kill. Thanks to everyone who's hung out and to those who have supported the stream. I appreciate you. What are we even at right now? I literally haven't even been paying attention. What are we at right now? Let's see. 60? We're at $60. Thank you guys. Again, I wasn't asking for anything. After yesterday's amazing birthday stream and how much you guys supported me today, the fact that you even can hang out with me on this impromptu stream, I appreciate that. And thanks to those who supported. FYI, we already talked about it, and it looks like our next reward when we hit 10 goals, because we're at 8 out of 10 right now, would be DSP Tries It Little Caesars Pizza. And what we'll do is I'll order a variety of stuff. People have already suggested the pretzel crust, the deep dish, maybe some crazy bread. So I'll probably I haven't done it in over a decade. The last time I did it was when Little Caesars had just opened in Connecticut. And honestly, I didn't really like it. I thought it was just kind of meh for what it was. But now I'm going to like do a variety of stuff. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah, I know AMS. Well, first of all, Supercharged, thanks. He said, it's been a fun stream just hanging out with you. I like chill streams like this, just interacting. It's fun. Rather than having to, we have to play a game and focus on it or anything. I like just chilling with you guys. But anyway, so AMS says, why does everyone act like Phil never leaves? He goes out on his one day off when he's not streaming. When else is he supposed to go out? In the middle of a stream? And if you could make a living doing the same, he makes more than my teacher's salary. I'd love to stay home 6 days a week and double mine. Here, listen. People literally think that like I'm a hermit and that like I'm like so afraid of being out with the people and social. I'm not. I'm not some kind of a weird, misanthrope that hides out in a cave, a dingy cave. I live in a nice, bright house, right? I do. Nicely lit. I have interactions with my neighbors. I have interactions with people when I go out. We have friends that we talk to and spend time with from time to time. I go out every day and I go for a walk with my wife every single day. We go for a nice walk through the neighborhood together. The only thing is these people on the internet want to try to make fun of me and bring me down because they're jealous, because they don't want to believe that someone like me can make the content I make, can do positive stuff, okay, and be successful. To them, it kills them. So they have to say, oh, well, you see, sure, he made a great day yesterday on his birthday, but he's a hermit, and he was drinking all day, and he cried because he was depressed at the end. None of that happened. Yes, I drank. I was grateful at the end, and I was happy, and that's why I was crying, saying, wow, you guys actually like me and my content, and I was nervous you wouldn't after all this stuff, right? So yeah, they will always spin it into some ridiculous, over-the-top way because it's the only way they can justify the levels of obsessive hate that they have for me. In reality, every one of them is a jealous loser. Thank you to Lance Catamaran, who just gifted a sub over on Kick. And thank you, Lance, for all of the gifted subs yesterday during the birthday marathon. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Listen, see, here's one of them. Here's one of the people who can't handle reality, so they have to try to spin it in a toxic way. Over on K, you literally hide in your house 6 days a week. I hide? What are you talking about? I leave my house every day. I walk through the neighborhood. I go for walks. I check the mail. I say hello to my neighbors. I'm friendly with them. All right. What am I hiding from? I'm here because I have to work. I literally work 6 days a week from home. The days that I don't work, I'm out doing stuff. Every day that I'm not working, I'm out, whether it's going out and running errands, grocery shopping, appointments, or it's a day out with my wife where we get to spend a nice day out shopping, eating at a restaurant or something, walking around, just whatever. whenever I don't have to be here, I'm not here. But I have to be here as much as I am because it's my job and I work a lot, and that's why I can afford this lifestyle. Maybe if you actually worked, you'd have a good lifestyle too. But that's the problem. You probably sit on your lazy ass watching my streams, crapping on me, when in reality, you're the one that's picking his fucking scab-riddled face, right? Probably smells like ass, like a fucking stinky sock, hasn't showered in a few days, right? Picking your nose, sitting there hating on people, typing on your key. You feel stream sucks, she drank. Dude, do something with your life. And maybe then you won't be jealous of others who are successful. Ever think of that? You wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to sit around being unsuccessful and so upset with yourself that you have to try to degrade others and bring them down to feel good. You don't. You could just do good things with your life, then you don't have to bring others down to feel good. Get it? But I mean, that's harder. That's the problem. There's effort, intelligence. There's all these things that are required to do that. And obviously you don't have it. So that's why you sit there picking your nose, smelling like fucking ass. Does the air purifier I bought have RGBs? So it's a Shark air purifier. It's the new ones that they have out. I've just seen them at the stores. That's why I got one. It has a ring that is an RGB ring. I'm serious. And the ring has a meter that tells you the air quality in your room. So if it's anywhere between 80 to 100%, the ring is blue. If it dips between 60 to 80%, the ring goes orange. And if it goes like below 60% because it's like bad air quality, it goes to red, like code red. And then it goes into like overload mode where it starts pumping out the fan and trying to clean everything with the HEPA filter inside. So actually, yes, my actual air purifier has RGBs. Now, you can't control them. They're based on the air quality, but it actually does have RGBs. Pretty crazy. It's claiming my air is 100%. That's what it says. It says 100% clean. I don't believe that, but at the same time, I'm just glad I have it because I do feel like in the spring, a lot of pollen comes in and it's going to start hitting my sinuses and this will clean it out. So it'll be red when you bring Little Caesars into the room. Little Caesars air quality is bad, huh? Woo! Is it true I don't have a driver's license? No, I have a driver's license. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's just morons. Moronic shit that people say because they're stupid idiots. Do I still have the wax vac? No, I threw that thing out many years ago. Is it helping with the pollen issue? Well, the thing is, the days that the pollen was affecting me, it was hot and sunny. So when it's hot and sunny, everything outside is blooming, and then the pollen comes in. Today, it's cloudy and rainy, so the pollen probably wouldn't have affected me today bad anyway. You know, I actually went out for a walk with my wife, and the pollen didn't really get to me because it was raining, you see? But I do think that it will hopefully help. I mean, so I got it. And if it works well, I might get another one like for the bedroom. I might get a few for the house for different rooms. This is just a one-room air purifier. It's not like the giant one. It's like maybe this big, but it's nice. You know, it looks like a good unit. And like I said, it has the HEPA filter in it. I received a $2 tip. Crab pot mentality, Phil. The loser crabs, aka your trolls and sock accounts, needing to drag the winners who will escape down to their jobless, sexless level, shaking my head. There you go. Well, there you have it. And then I got a $2 tip from Blackachew, who says, I'm a drunken sot. Well, I very well might have been a drunken sot yesterday, but I was a happy drunken sot that had a very successful day that I very much enjoyed, and it seems like everyone there enjoyed it too. So thanks for the money. Please continue to throw money at me to try to insult me. I enjoy it. I enjoy it thoroughly. Could you actually up it though? Could you maybe do $20 instead of 2? I would like that. That would help a lot. Would I ever do one more video in the shower to finish a shower trilogy? The DSP shower trilogy. One video was made in the year 2009. The next was made in 2017. When will the next video be made? Are we due for one? Is that what it is? We're due for another one? Every 8 years, I'm supposed to make a shower video? I think that's what it is, right? I don't know. So you have to understand, when you become a married person, you can't be doing stupid shit like you used to do in your youth anymore. You understand? You get it? I'm due for a shower. I just showered right before the stream. I'm not even kidding. I showered right before the stream today. Pac-Man, there's nothing to explain. Why would you pay any attention to any nonsense? The truth of the matter is this. No one needs to know about any of my private business whatsoever unless I make it public on my streams, correct? If I bring something up that's from my private life and I tell you about it on stream, there's probably a good reason, like it's going to affect my streams or you guys in some way. There's tons of stuff that goes on in my private life that doesn't affect you and you don't ever need to know about unless you're a really nosy, intrusive person and you're trying to impede upon my private life, which is none of your business. So you shouldn't ask those kind of questions. Blackachu with a $2 super chat says, beg harder, you waste of particles. Blackachu, you forgot. I said $20. You only did $2. You forgot the 0. If you're going to do that, at least do $20. That way we can get towards the goal for today. But I still appreciate the $2. Thank you. All right. You mean you don't go around Walmart telling everyone your life story? No, I don't even go to Walmart. I mean that too. Like in my entire life, I have been in Walmart in my entire lifespan of 43 years on this planet. I've been at Walmart probably 3 times. Okay. I remember once I went there with my parents ages ago when Walmart had just opened in Connecticut near me and we wanted to see what it was. I remember going that one time. And then I remember once at the launch of Street Fighter 4, okay, we were trying to make customized joysticks to put custom art and maybe sell them online for profit. And Walmart had this crazy deal on them. And so we bought like boxes of them, like 2 big boxes of these joysticks, and they shipped to the store. And we had to go physically to the store to pick up the boxes of joysticks. And that was a whole rigmarole where they didn't know where they were. And we ended up stuck there for 2 hours trying to figure this out. All right. And then the last time I went to Walmart was when I first moved here 11 plus years ago. And I didn't know any of the stores or anything were in the area yet. And I happened to be driving by a Walmart and I was looking for things to put in the house. And I said, let's just look there. Maybe they'll have some planters or things that we could put outside to grow some plants in the back of the house. And we went there and I bought nothing. I went there, I was like, oh, this place sucks. And I bought nothing and I left. Like that was it. I've been to Walmart 3 times in my entire life. I don't shop there because I philosophically, I just don't ever want to support that business. I know that they are one of the major reasons why a lot of manufacturing and things in the United States went international, because they outsource all their shit. All their products is bought from outside the U.S., low grade, low quality. That's why it's so cheap. That's also why it breaks so fast. It's all garbage. But because they're such a big time supplier to the public for low price, all the mom and pop shops, all the small local businesses were crushed and destroyed. Every time Walmart rolls into town, all the small local businesses suffer. So I don't shop at Walmart at all because I choose not to. Almost time to order the food. We're almost time. I don't want to order it yet. I want to get to show up around 4 o'clock. So see, this is so dumb. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. But you shop at Amazon. So what? So what? If I have a take on a company and particularly I don't like that company and I decide not to shop at that company, that's my prerogative. Oh, but you also shop at Amazon. So what does that have to do with Walmart? Oh, well, we don't like them because of this and that. That's your choice to like or not like a company. I personally don't like Walmart and I refuse to shop there. That's my choice. It doesn't make sense. Oh, well, what about this company then? What about this company? Well, no, it's my choice to shop wherever I want or not shop. Again, in life, you people think life is black and white. It's not. There is no, oh, it's either all or nothing. That's not reality. Okay? In reality, everything's shades of gray. If in one stance or chance I decide, hey, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do this, that's my prerogative to do. And you have absolutely no right to criticize it because you also have that ability. And if you say, hey, I just don't ever want to eat at Subway, but I'm going to eat at, I don't know, Blimpie or Jimmy John's, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, then why are you eating at Jimmy John's and Blimpie if you're not eating at Subway? What the fuck are you talking about? You're stupid. Just stop. Stop always moving the goalpost to try to make someone look like they're in the wrong. You just look like an asshole. You don't even have a point. Oh, well, Amazon does bad things too. Okay. Are we going to get in a philosophical debate about it? Or are you just saying it because you think, oh, because he doesn't shop at Walmart, it's hypocritical he would shop at another big company? That's all you care about. You don't actually care about the discussions of what's good or bad about Walmart or Amazon. You wouldn't even want to get into it because you'd basically be fucking defeated in 10 seconds when you actually realize what you're saying is wrong. But let's not actually get into the debate because then you look like a jackass and you realize how boring it is. All you want to do is say DSP is doing something wrong, but you have no factual basis for any of it. You're just an idiot. You just want to follow your sheepish cult that hates DSP and you just look like a fucking clown. So just take the makeup off and stop for a second and do something independently thoughtful in your life rather than just following what everyone tells you to do and you just keep parroting them. You incredible dunces. Okay. All right, what else you guys want to talk about? This has been a great stream. I have never heard of Border Break. No, I don't know what that is. Border Break? Do I ever consider working out again? I told you I have a treadmill. I have a treadmill that I work out on when I feel like it. I go for daily walks and I may, like, for example, perhaps maybe I'll do some more stuff. Maybe now that I've cleaned out my garage, maybe I would look to maybe get some weights. I don't know. I'll think about it, you know? Now things are different. My entire garage is cleaned out, which is great. Like wall to wall cleaned out. I have space to work with. We just haven't had a chance to really do anything with it yet. But our garage is cleaned out. We have space to do stuff. I have money that I can spend on stuff. So it's kind of a combination of, oh, you have space and money. Now you can actually do things, right? So maybe I would. Maybe I would get some free weights. Maybe I would get a weight bench. Maybe I would get, I don't know, some kind of an exercise bike or something. I don't know what I would do. But the truth is, you don't need to know about it. If I ever did that, I wouldn't tell you because it has nothing to do with my content or streams, right? Did I ever read Batman comics? Not really. I was into DC, but I was into the death and return of Superman stuff, and then after that, I really didn't read again. I was more into the animated series and stuff like that. Yes, I did like Quiznos. I think Quiznos is great. To this day, I really enjoy Quiznos. They have several different sandwiches that I think are great. The traditional, the Angus steak. There's one that has this really tasty sauce. Oh, what was it? Like chicken with this really good sauce on it that I love. I don't remember what the name of the sauce is though. But there's like 3 or 4 different sandwiches I actually really like at Quiznos. But they basically ran their whole company into the ground, like insanely bad management and just like trying to rip off the franchisees. So that's why a lot of Quiznos have closed and you don't really see many anymore. It's just a shame because I think like the product is actually quite good, but you just don't see them around. Go, Goliath Jan says, trolls would be felted so bad if one day you came to stream and showed your shredded abs. Why? No, they wouldn't. If anything, they'd be like, oh, you see, now Phil's trying to be one of those creators that shows his body off for money. They would just spin it in another toxic, negative way that's not true. You know? I'm sorry, I punched my microphone there. That's just what they do. They do it with everything. And no matter what I do, they always spin it in a negative way. So that would just be what they would do. They would just say another stupid, toxic thing. Exactly. All I did was show this thigh. Remember I showed this thigh on my ex account last fall and they freaked out because I showed my fucking thigh. I put my sock on camera, and they freaked out because the sock was on camera. Look, here's my sock. Does it look exciting? You guys excited? Oh my God, he's showing his feet for money. Like, they're insane. These people are actually fucking nuts. How am I so flexible? Because I am. Look at my leg. I twist it all the way up. Watch this. I can twist my leg all the way up. I am flexible. I'm very flexible, actually. You do it here too. Watch. I am flexible. No, I'm not double jointed. Nope. No, my leg didn't almost break. See, this is what people don't understand. If you're not a fat ass, all right, if you're not a lazy bum, your body can actually move in ways that you wouldn't even realize. The people who like, I can't believe your leg twists like that. Everyone's leg twists like that. You just have to move it. Don't sit like a fat ass sitting shoving food in your mouth all day and actually move, and then you can move your body like that. The problem is there's so many creators that just sit around like lumps stuffing food in their mouth all day. And then I can't believe it. You can move your leg? Yeah. Because I'm human. I'm not a slug. I'm not fucking Jabba the Hutt. Neil Smith says, any more thoughts on a retro throwback show, chilling and chatting about old school gaming in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s? I think it's an interesting idea. I think that's a fascinating idea that we do retro nights where we talk about games of a certain era. We play some classic games of that era. I think the idea is a good one. We need to flesh it out a little more and basically like perfect it exactly what it's going to be. And then maybe we could try it out and see if it works, that people who are into retro gaming can come by for retro nights. And we could even do it on DSP Throwback, right? Like, why not? So let's try to let's talk about that. That could be something to do maybe in the summer when things are kind of calming down for gaming and stuff. That might be a good idea. Now, guys, come on, let's get some support. We haven't had any support in 11 minutes, and it was a troll. Are you telling me that we don't want to hit the goal on a day after I just made $2,000 in a single stream? I mean, what's wrong with you? I'm kidding. If you guys want to support, great. If not, it's not a big deal today. Really, it's not. I wasn't expecting anything on this stream anyway. So we're just chilling and having a good time, and I'll be ordering the food shortly. Why did I retire from uploading the DSP Street Fighter? Because Machinima is brain dead fucking stupid. Okay? Here's what happened. So back in the day, I had DSP Gaming, just the DSP Gaming channel. But people were complaining to me because at the time I was playing a lot of fighting games, including Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection that had come out at that time, Mortal Kombat, Tekken Tag, and more. And the thing was, back then, I wasn't uploading hour-long videos. I was uploading matches. So no lie, whenever I played a fighting game, it would be insane. It would actually be like 20, 30, 40 videos being released in one sitting because it was that many matches that I played. So people complained on DSP Gaming that whenever I played a fighting game, I was uploading too many videos and it was spamming the inbox. And if you didn't like fighting games, it was hard to follow the channel because of the level of spam. So eventually I had this brainstorm. I'll have DSP Gaming for standard playthroughs, DSP Street Fighter for fighting game coverage, and DSP, the King of Hate HD or the King of Hate Vlogs for vlogging stuff, like DSP Tries It and stuff like that, okay? So I had 3 different channels, and I partnered them all with Machinima, okay? Within 1 year of me doing this, Machinima contacts me and says, well, we're changing the entire nature of the way we do business with our partners, okay? We're going to pay you based on channel performance. So if your channel is bringing in more views and more engagement and more ad revenue, we're going to pay you more on that channel than we're going to pay you for a channel where it's less. So they gave me these statistics and they were like, so on your DSP Gaming channel, you're making this much per 1,000 views on ad revenue. On your DSP Street Fighter channel, you're making less. So therefore, we're going to reduce the amount we pay you on DSP Street Fighter. And I swear to God, I said to my partner manager at Machinima, word for word, I said, so what's to stop me from just not using DSP Street Fighter and uploading all the exact same content to DSPGaming and making more money on it? And they said, nothing. And I said, you guys really did not put a single intelligent thought into this process, did you? And the guy looked at me, he's like, I guess not, because you're right. It makes no sense that we're offering this to you. There's no reason you would ever accept this contract. So I said, okay, forget it. I don't want to monetize DSP Street Fighter anymore. And I demonetized the channel, and I just put all the gaming content back on DSPGaming, and I made more money on it. So it was 100% boneheaded management at Machinima. That was just one of many examples of how Machinima had no idea what they were doing or how to run a company. And the only reason they existed as long as they did is because these basically dumb investors kept throwing money at them for the prospect that one day they would be profitable when they never were. And they just pissed all their money away. No, I never really played Virtua Fighter. I only played Virtua Fighter. Which one was it? The one that was out a few years ago, either on PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like free on there. So I got that one and I played it for a little bit, and I played the freaking drunken monk dude guy, but I only played it for a little bit. That game is very, very, how can I say? How can I describe it? Like, you need a lot of great timing, practice. It's like frame-specific stuff, and it's very situational. Like, there's like not universal things, but you need to know, okay, if you're this character and you're fighting this character, there's a situation here where this will work. And it's only in that situation. That's not something you would use against other characters. It only works in that situation. So because there's so much very detailed knowledge you need to play the game, you have to invest a lot of time into it. And I just, as a variety, creator, I can't invest that much time in it. I just, I was learning. I got to that certain point where I was getting to that level, and I was like, that's enough. That's the level where I have to stop because I don't have the time to really dedicate to it. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I had both the regular Final Fantasy Tactics on PlayStation 1, and then I had Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance. They are both superb games, and I love them. It was the remastered version of VF5 Final Showdown. There you go. That's what it was, says Usagi Jojo. Okay. All right, guys. Give me a sec. All right. So I got something cool to show everybody here that actually arrived in the last day or so. I got a collectible card frame thing. All right. It's pretty cool. It's magnetic. And the magnets are actually quite strong. So what you do is you open it up like that, and you put your cards on the inside that you want to showcase as, good cards. And then you just kind of snap it right back together. And so what we could do is, as we're doing things like unpacking cards for smart guys, okay, we can look for the best cards in these sets, and we can actually put them into the frame. So, for example, the best card that we've gotten so far is the one that's actually the numbered, which is Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, so that's the best card we got out of all of our WWE cards. So what you could do is put that right into the center of this frame. And then there it is. Look how cool that looks. And you can have it, you see both sides. And you can have it like in the background somewhere. When I'm doing smart guys, I could put the cards in the background or something like that. How cool is that? So, what I'd have to do is go through the other cards and see which ones I really like. Like, for example, I have ones that are the rare, like the better looking refractor cards, but it's a crappy person. Like, who's that? I don't even know who the hell that is. Right? Who is this? Shotzi? Oh God. Like the card design is good, but the person on it, it's like, who cares about Shotzi? Right? No one's like a so I would have to find some of the better cards to put them in there. The ones that truly look good. There's a Candice LeRae refractor. That one sucks. I have a nice Undertaker, but it's just a standard card. Nothing special about it. I have a refractor Ridge Holland. Oh boy. Oh, the power just went out. That's interesting. So the internet's going down now, I'm assuming. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why the hell the power just went out. That's not good. And now the power's coming back on. The recording continued, but the power went off and on. So I wonder if the stream will come back or not. Yeah, the power turned off and turned back on. That was interesting. Yeah, see, because now the fan is off over there. There we go. Basically, certain things kept running because I have the battery backups. So luckily, the modem, the PC, all the equipment kept running, so the stream didn't get interrupted. I guess it was just a temporary blip in the power. Don't ask me why that just happened. Doesn't even make sense. My lighting just turned off, by the way, so I have to turn those back on. Oh, I know why, because probably the wireless is down. Yeah, the wireless went down because the power blip, so I have to wait for the modem to turn back on downstairs and for the wireless router to cycle, and then I'll be able to get stuff working. But as you can see, it's not working right now because the modem turned off. So, okay. Yep, there it is. It says AC loss, power failure, power restored. I even get an update about it, like an email about it when it happens. How weird. Oh, all right. Anyway, that was weird. So I have a Stone Cold Steve Austin that I like. Maybe we'll put the Austin card in there. See what else I got. See, all the refractors I got are terrible. Like, they're just bad cards that I don't care about. I wish that I had a refractor of a good character, but I don't. They stink. I have a freaking Sepia refractor of all people, Piper Niven. Wow. Oh, I don't like any of these. So I don't like any of those cards. Let me take a look at the others. I think I had, so I got, maybe I'll put the Austin in there. We do have a Hogan, right? There is a Hogan in here somewhere. There is a Hogan in here somewhere. Got to go through them all. Oh, we have Iron Sheik. That's kind of a good one. Iron Sheik. Maybe I'll put Iron Sheik in there. We'll see. Look here. Most of these are terrible. Did I get a Cena? I think there was a Cena somewhere in there. See, here's another one. The card looks amazing, but who the hell is that on it? The card is that cool refractor that looks like broken glass. But can anyone tell me who the hell that's supposed to be? Stupid auto-focusing camera that doesn't autofocus. How nice. Look, it just fucking goes blurry. Hey, camera. You stupid fucking camera. I can't read it because it's blurry, stupid idiot. Oh, my God. So, if we could read it, did anyone actually see who this is? No, it's just getting blurry. It won't autofocus. The camera is dumb. No, that's not Alexa Bliss. It's some random NXT jobber. Jasmine Nix. Who the fuck is Jasmine Nix? Right? So anyway, the card looks great, but I don't like I don't know who that is. I'm not going to put that in there. Here's the Hogan card. Hogan tearing his shirt. Let me put that in there. All right. Yeah, these are all literally every refractor I got is terrible. It's just crap. Crappy refractor after crappy refractor. So, all right. So let's put all these together into one box. I could probably get rid of this box now. So who do we want to put in there with the Nakamura card? Want to put Hogan and Austin, Hogan and Sheik? I don't know. We got to decide between Hogan, Austin, and Sheik. Who do we want to put in there with the rare Nakamura card for now? And by the way, we have 2 more sets, 2 more packs out of which one has a rare card. And then we have another box of 7 packs that there's another rare card. So when we're done, there will actually be 3 rare cards in this for the background of Smart Guys. Hogan and Austin to supercharge. All right. No Sheik. No love for Iron Sheik. Damn. How many packs did I buy? 3 boxes. We've been through 1 whole box. We have 2 packs left from the second box. Okay, here we go. We'll do Hogan. We'll do Austin. There we go. I love these, man. Magnetic now. This is the kind of shit you wanted when you were a kid. They didn't have it back then. But now everything is so simple, magnetic. The Hogan card's a refractor. I didn't even realize that. The Hogan is a refractor. Do you see that? It has that cool edge to it. I didn't even know that the Hogan was one of the rarer cards. That's cool. The Nakamura looks the best because it's the blue with the cracks. I like that. Cool. All right, so we're gonna put that for now. I don't know, like when we do Smart Guys, I'll probably like put it in the back like this. But oh, by the way, so this is all screwed up now. Let me see if I can get this to work. There we go. Cool. I gotta get my whole background to work again. No. Probably gotta get the wireless to reconnect. Yep. Okay. So that should work. So now I should be able to get my lights back on. Here, I'll just I'll restart the lighting completely. Hopefully that'll just do it automatically. Let's see. Restart. Okay. So yeah, I don't know where to put this. The food is almost here, by the way. The food is on the way and should be here momentarily. Yeah, I have no clue where to put this right now. This doesn't really go anywhere, I guess. I guess I'll have to figure that out later. There's not enough room in the background. Here, let's look. There's not enough room in the backdrop to put this. I told the lighting to restart. It totally didn't restart. Pfft. Let's see. The one on the ground is working, but not the lamps. Pfft, great. Now the lamps won't work. Are you kidding me? So now a problem because the power goes out. It screws everything up. Unreal. All right. Yeah, now I can't get the lamps to work. The things are on the edges of the room. That one's working and not that one. So half my stuff is working and half of it isn't. See, that one's working. Half the stuff won't work now for no reason. Don't tell me, because I think I know what might have happened. When the network shuts down and turns on again, what might end up happening is they change their actual location. So, for example, these lamps might have changed their location on my network. So now I can't control them until I find out what the new actual location is and I reassign it on my network so I could turn them on and off again. Because I think that's what happened. This is what happened the other time too. Remember I told you that there was like a reset, like the drivers had reset and stuff. So this is incredibly annoying. Because now I'm going to have a DSP tries it with no backlights. There's no way for me to actually figure this out quickly. It's actually a pain in the ass to do. This is pissing me off. Come on. So how do I figure this out? I'm trying to remember how you figure this out now. uh, well, let me stop recording. The food just arrived, by the way. So I'll stop recording. Thanks to everyone who chilled during this event. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little impromptu post-birthday stream and you had a good time with me. And that's it. Check out DSP Tries at Taco Time over on DSP Reacts, and I'll see you later. Cool.